What's up, guys? This is episode 108 with the Play On podcast. Jesse, this is your predictions coming true. You are becoming Nostradamus of football.
Hey,
Arsenal.
listen, if you're not, you gotta hate and keep on hating, and it'll come true.
Eventually, one of them will pay off. But yeah, Arsenal are having a very rough 2026. Jesse's predictions are coming true. I think kind of bar for bar at this
Yeah.
point. Um, I can't believe it. So yeah, Man City pretty much have a chance to be the first place team in the Premier League if they win their pending game and beat Arsenal this weekend. And Jesse, what are your thoughts on that?
Oh,
Is it gonna
we all know
happen?
my thought. It's gonna happen. Is it gonna happen? Is it's more likely not. More likely if it doesn't happen, I think the world will end. That's how confident I am. The current form that Arsenal's in, they lost the last three of the four. They really should have lost against Sporting. Their mentality is cooked. Their Mikel Arteta was playing oral farming clips in practice. That's how desperate they are.
He was playing
Oh,
AI music, by the way.
yeah, the man is desperate. He's doing anything. He sent a message to his own fans, for the like what was it, 12 a.m. kickoff, whatever. He's like, "Oh, bring your lunch, bring your dinner, bring whatever, and bring get ready for this game because this can be a big game." And then the fans were disappointed because of how badly they played. You could see it in the eyes of the players. They are rattled, they are broken, and it's what always happens for Arsenal. They cannot.
Zubimendi apparently was crying on the pitch, right?
Yeah, I don't know if that's because of the pressure or if he there's something personal going on with him. It could be either or. So I don't know if I want to like
Speculate
uh
that it was the pitch.
because of the pressure. I don't want to say it's out because of that, but if later on if it comes out that it was that, then yeah, I will comment on it. But if it's like something personal, you know. But there's a funny stat that I saw. It's about Arsenal.
What
I
is it?
took a picture just in case. Let me see.
Before you get to that set, by the way, Iraola, the Spanish manager for Bournemouth, he literally said that he copied Man City's tactics for the EFL Cup against Arsenal. He did the exact same thing. That's what he said. And I think is that the stat where you're gonna get to with David Raya, how many touches he's had?
No, where did I put it?
Because I saw a stat like that that he's been having the most touches out of all the players in Arsenal because teams are letting him have the ball.
Yeah, well, it's funny because Pep Guardiola literally, because that EFL Cup final was so massive because it changed the whole outlook of the season for both teams. Because afterwards, because City were obviously the better team, hands down, and involved in that. But he also showed the blueprint on how to beat Arsenal. Because he basically said, "Oh yeah, no one should be afraid of their forwards. Their forwards won't do anything. Give the ball to their goalie. The goalie won't do anything, and then give the ball to Declan Rice. He can't. He won't make progressive passes. He's not gonna make line cutting passes. He is a he is a merchant. He is basically a center back at midfield.
What yeah, people are starting to say because it was only a couple months ago where people were saying Declan Rice Balón de Oro. Yeah, people are saying now that Rice is just one of those players that tries to look busy as much as he can, but in reality
Yeah,
he's not doing much.
yeah, because this is a game plan that's been followed by Bournemouth, Bournemouth,
Southampton.
Southampton, and then Sporting. I wouldn't say they follow the exact same one because I think they play differently, but yeah, it's shown that this is a formula that can work against them, and I don't think it's going to change by any other team until they've proven that they can, get through that.
Yeah, definitely. So it'll be interesting to see if Sporting decides to take on that approach, which I think they should. I mean, it doesn't hurt. Like they've been struggling when again their center backs have had the ball and their goalkeeper. So you're already losing 1-0. What's the worst thing that could happen? Arsenal gets a corner. That's what they want.
Yeah, I just sent you the picture of it. It's the winning percentage of every month under Mikel Arteta for Arsenal. In September, they have a 78% win percentage. Then October 70, May 67. It keeps on showing it. But in April, it's 41%.
April, January is 52 at the start of the year, and June is 50. But June, it's like Well, what did they play the club? They didn't play the Club World Cup, did they? Already some
No.
friendlies. Like this. Don't pay attention to you. But yeah, April being the worst month, and April's not even done yet.
Yeah, and it shows like progressively at the end of the season, they just get worse. Like their best time comes in early in the season and then they just fade away. It's just
Definitely.
hilarious.
And even May, the record is not too good. It's 67%. That's a D if you're going off standards. What is it? US standards?
Yeah, but
That's barely passing.
41% in
That's
April.
criminal. That is criminal. And that was out of 34 games played too. It's not like it's a small sample size. That's a huge sample size.
Yeah, it's big. And that just shows that it's I don't I, not just a mentality thing, but I also think a managerial fault with Arteta because as we've seen throughout years of him, like for the past 4 years when he's bottled it, like each time, the
Hmm.
players look tired because he doesn't rotate. He sticks with the same 11 and he always like uh runs them through like to the ground for as long as he can until he's forced to because of injuries to play players. And then there's always complaints about him not doing that because he doesn't rotate. Because then the players that come in, like Ben White, he's had to start him the past 2 games because of Timber being injured, and he's looked rusty and uh, out of sync with the rest of the team because he hasn't had any game time at all throughout the year because he just starts Timber and that's it.
Hmm.
And that's happened throughout the like late in the season because there's players that just can't play or unavailable because of injury, because of wear and tear, and because of him not rotating and giving him rhythm, they just look out of sync, and then Arsenal's form obviously falls.
Yeah, and there's also players like Odegaard, who is also one of those players that couldn't stay fit throughout the whole season. Now he's getting played just because Eze has a knock too. So Eze hasn't been able to recover. Gabriel didn't make his comeback today, but he doesn't look 100% fit. So he's probably forcing himself to play. But Arsenal fans, I know you guys are shaking. I've been watching a lot of Arsenal TV reactions, not just Arsenal TV, but just in general, Arsenal fans on TikTok, Twitter. They are not keeping composure. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, dude, that's what I spent my entire Sunday doing. I was just on YouTube watching Arsenal fans' reaction. On Twitter, I was just reaction. It was a great day. But it's funny because they're so delusional. So delusional. Because I saw one guy blaming their recruitment, but then someone clipped that and they showed their reaction from earlier in the season when they were being delusional. They're saying, "Oh, we have the greatest squad ever." Not just the starting 11. He said there's probably stronger starting 11s, but squad depth. But now he's saying, "Oh, the recruitment's wrong because we obviously the bench players aren't living up to uh what they're worth." But earlier in the season, he was saying that this was why they had the greatest Premier League squad ever. So it's funny how the agenda changes so quickly.
Everything comes to light at the end of the season, dude. They start realizing, oh, this player's not as good, especially when it comes to high pressure moments. But yeah, we'll see. We'll get through our predictions. We're doing Champions League predictions as well as weekend predictions, but right now we're just reacting to see what happened on the weekend. And Jesse, I know you were happy on Sunday, but not so happy. What was it, Saturday, Sunday? You weren't so
Friday.
happy on Friday.
Friday, yeah, we lost with what was it? Yeah, right.
It was Girona.
Yeah, he don't know. I was trying to think.
Was it Girona? Now I'm starting to think. Yeah, it was. I'm thinking of Mallorca because Mallorca and Girona pretty much have the same uniform.
Yeah,
But yeah,
yeah.
it was
That's why I was getting confused. I was like, was it?
they tied 1-1, right? They didn't lose.
No, we lost to Mallorca. We drew with Girona. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
you drew.
That's what
Again,
that's why I was getting
uniforms.
confused. That's why I was getting confused.
That's why I'm
Yeah,
like, you
I was
guys
like,
lost. But like, no, if you guys lost, Barca would have been 10 points up. They're nine, so you guys tied. So, we thought rotations were going to be made. I
uh,
think a majority of the squad was rotated, but the attacking front wasn't. Mbappe
yeah.
and
The
Vinicius
backline.
both played.
Yeah, the backline was completely rotated with Carvajal, Militao, Asensio getting his first game time in a while. There's a lot of rumors circling about him more likely than not leaving, and then Fran Garcia,
The dictator
starting
got
left
to
back.
him.
Who? Asensio? No, apparently he has problems with Arbeloa.
Oh, I was saying Carvajal. I know Carvajal has leaks, but I don't know how they're so true that they caught the in the tunnel. Carvajal talking about Verde and saying that Vinicius, I mean, Mbappe hasn't been helping as much.
Yeah.
But
But yeah, th those two started again, and again they were bad. There's no sugarcoating it. There was just nothing. I know some people try to defend what they did, but I'm like they're just bad. Their the decision making just seems not the correct one. They're holding the ball too long. They're just stalling plays. And then they're not doing anything useful with the ball.
yeah, they're not. Camavinga also had a howler of a game. Um, he people are all blaming him for the first goal. I could see a little bit why, because he kind of laid off his man a little too much and tried to pressure at the end. But the ball going through his legs, no one could have predicted it. Lunin couldn't have saved that because he saw it too late. But yeah, I think it was not worth starting Mbappe and Vinicius if you're gonna end up tying the game. Bellingham came back in the starting 11 and he looked pretty good. Not gonna lie. He
Yeah.
looks fit, but even then, I think what they had going with Pitarch as the second center mid, they play at 4-4-2, but just him playing, I think he just brought a lot of balance to the squad. Now him not being in there, it brings imbalance.
I wouldn't say that. I just felt like the whole team felt sluggish. I felt like they were just taking the day off and then they're like, it doesn't matter. Mentally, I just think they were clocked out and they were just thinking about Tuesday
Hmm.
or are we playing Wednesday?
No Wednesday.
Wednesday, yeah. They were just thinking about Wednesday and they weren't like fully focused because there were just so many mental lapses. They were lackadaisical. They were they weren't running at all. And I think that was a fault of Arbeloa because sure he rotated the squad, but if he's gonna rotate the squad and put out these players, he should have put the academy kids because they at least would run and they would
They're hungry.
try. Yeah, they're gonna try it, but the team really didn't do it. And then he doesn't drop Vinny at all, and he just hasn't been the past couple games on form at all to justify to keep him going. Like at least give him rest. Use that as an excuse to give someone else a chance and see if they actually do something. But yeah, he just I don't know because even Gonzalo Garcia, he barely got 5 minutes at the end. He has gotten any game time with the Arbeloa, and he's like your other forward option. And I think it would have been a good game for him, this type of game, because even during the game, Mbappe wasn't really even playing striker or like center forward. He was more on
Playing
the
right
right
wing.
wing.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, he was on the right wing, so there was literally no one to center the ball to.
And again,
And
Valverde, another player, probably the current best Real Madrid player they have right now, the most informed, played more time. He scored a goal, sure. But at that point, like you have players like Mas Antonio. Did he even is he hurt?
no, he was suspended.
Oh, right, he does have the red card still. But even then, you have Dani Ceballos, who's a pretty good midfielder if you let him do his thing. Pitarch, like you said, Fran Garcia, what is it? Yeah, Fran Garcia, Gonzalo Garcia. I'm thinking of someone else.
Yeah,
Like you guys have players to rotate. Yeah, La Liga's was probably unattainable, but at least you have that excuse that you could say that, oh, we rotated, so we didn't have our best players out there, and they did our best because we have a huge match for Wednesday on the Champions League. But again, this just wasn't worth it. Like I don't know if you saw the press conference of Arbeloa. His current thing is just taking the full blame on himself, which on this
yeah,
one it was on him, but this one was kind of a it was given that you should rotate because it was a short week. You guys played Tuesday and played Friday.
yeah,
Like I don't know.
yeah. And it's so annoying because what people were praising him so much for was of him bringing up the academy players and rotating the squad and giving them a chance. But people forget that the reason why he did that was because Real Madrid were going through a lot of injury crisis and all players were out. So that's why he had to give these players a chance. Because they were saying, "Oh, Xabi Alonso never did this," but when Xabi Alonso was there,
You didn't have to.
he didn't have to. He didn't have anyone to rotate or give the chance to. So it's like, oh, how are you going to fault him for this? And then Arbeloa in the same situation is doing the exact same thing because this would have been the perfect time to rotate. And we've seen from the youngsters that they've had really bright moments. So maybe they could Like Yanez, like he was doing well when he came on uh before, and Palacios, he was having a decent showing. So like, why not give him the chance? Why not rest the squad?
Yep. Again, just unnecessary minutes for tired legs that have a huge match on Wednesday. If they
Yeah,
really want to go out there and try to win the match against Bayern, which I think it's still possible, but with them playing this game, I think the chances are lower. Because again, it just takes another hit to your mental, you know?
yeah, but I just think they have to be fully focused on the Champions League because La Liga seems so unattainable right now. Even with the upcoming Barca game, it's still like 9 points. Even if you win that game, it's still 6 points, and expecting Barca to falter for 2 games and Euro to capitalize, it's still not going to be enough because there's still also a goal difference.
Yeah, there is.
So it's not like it's close to like so many things have to fall correctly for it to be a winning scenario that it's so unlikely.
Then I think there would have been a chance for Barcelona to stumble if Barcelona played this weekend. But unfortunately for Real Madrid, there's a Copa del Rey final this weekend. So all La Liga teams get a rest unless you're playing the final.
Yeah.
So the next time they play is until Wednesday, the 22nd. So not the weekend, but during midweek. So it's a whole week. So they get rest because the Barcelona do have a tough matchup against Atletico Madrid in the you want to say in the Vicente Calderon. I don't even know what it's called now. That's
The
Riot Air or something.
Riot Air Stadium or something like that.
Just bring back stadium names for the old ones. I hate the new ones, like sponsor ones. Barca's one of them, but everyone's so close to the Camp Nou. But yeah, on the other side of the coin, Barcelona won their matchup against Espanyol. It was a close game. It was 2-1 for majority of the game until like up to the 80th minute, I believe. That's when I started watching because I was actually at a card show. And once I started watching, they started scoring goals. They scored two more. Lamine got his goal celebrated before he scored, and then Rashford got a pretty good goal. It was an athletic one. The ball was pretty far back. On positive notes, Barcelona rotated a little bit.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say Ferran Torres scored, finally
Yeah,
finished the chance.
he scored two, but it kind of sucks, dude, because I wish he saved those chances for Atletico Madrid. You
Yeah,
know?
now he's gonna miss 10 more.
No, 20. But
Yeah.
no, it's good for him to get his confidence up. But yeah, they rotated. Gavi started in the 11. What's it called? Balde came back and got some of the rust out of the way. Araujo started at right back, did pretty well. Gerard Martin, there was a injury concern with him.
Yeah.
Um,
He didn't play the second half, right? The whole second half.
no, he didn't. There was like it was weird. He was playing out. He was playing out his injury as much as he could. Then yeah, the second half they just subbed him out. But Frankie de Jong is back. And he got an assist, but again, there was still some things he has to get through. But yeah, it was an overall great match. Casado, he got an assist as well. I think he got an assist. I can't even remember. I don't know if they're crediting
Casado?
him. Yeah,
I don't think so.
I think he did the Lamine one. I don't know. I don't think they're gonna count it because it came off of the goalie's rebound too. So maybe they count it as the goalie being dispossessed. But yeah, Casado was doing a pretty good second half, and yeah, just overall smiles throughout Barcelona right now, just because being 9 points up, three games ahead when there's only a few games left brings you some sort of ease and lets you focus in on the Champions League.
Yeah, but it wasn't just them that rotated. It was Atletico Madrid rotated against Sevilla
They're
dra
full 11.
drastically.
Do you think that could hinder them?
Um, um,
Because this is not the first time they rotated. They rotated this past weekend and the weekend before. They're starting 11.
yeah, but the last time they rotated against Barca against you guys, they rotated and then they won 2-0. So maybe this will help, especially because the type of a style that they play, where it's a very defensive running and they run a lot to make sure. And especially up this upcoming game against Barca, I think they're gonna need their legs a lot, especially the way Simeone runs his team. They're always known to be like the most fit team, but during the end of the season, you always see them take a dip because it is just so much running that is required from them that sometimes they just can't keep it up. So maybe this will come in handy because I know where you're coming from. Like same side of the coin, it could just be like that. You know, it affects the rhythm. They don't look as sharp when they play against you, and they just sometimes they They
That's my
just do need,
thinking.
yeah, they just need to continue this playing and then just continue the same rhythm. Like maybe they lose it, but it just depends, you know. We won't know until Tuesday if it was a correct choice or not.
Yeah, right now FotMob has the starting 11 as Koundé, Araujo, Martin, Cancelo, Eric Garcia, Pedri, Lamine, Fermin Lopez, Rashford, and Lewandowski. Again, the number 9 is in question, whether it's going to be Lewandowski or Ferran Torres. I don't even put it out of what's it called, Flick's way of putting even what's his name, Dani Olmo as a false nine.
I wouldn't be surprised actually if Gabi starts and then he brings on Frankie de Jong later because he has been talking a lot about Gabi in recent interviews about how he's starting to come back and he's starting to look good in training. So depending on how he looks, he might start him.
Yeah, because also like the Araujo starting at center back, I don't know if he'll start him in this huge of a matchup because Araujo has blundered it before. So maybe put Eric Garcia back there and put Gavi as alongside Pedri. So maybe because I think what Barca do need is a lot of control in that midfield, and obviously if you have Pedri there, you have a lot of control. But adding Gavi and then Frankie De Jong in the second half, it just increases your chances of winning, in my opinion. But yeah, we'll see. Again, I don't think Atletico Madrid played their best match in the first leg. I think Barcelona was far superior, but the scoreline just obviously doesn't show it.
Well, I think it was just that one mistake by or like Cubarsi's red card because that obviously puts Barca on the back foot and then it just made matters worse when Alvarez scored the free kick.
Hmm. Definitely. But yeah, that was kind of our preview for that match. We could go over the preview of your well, let's do Liverpool PSG in chronological, the second Champions League quarterfinal. But I just have PSG winning this game. I think there's too much bad blood in that locker room for Liverpool, and again, they're not defending well.
Yeah, I just don't see it. The level difference that they showed in the first leg, I just don't see it how Liverpool can come back from that. And even I think they lost this.
No, they won.
They won?
Hmm.
Yeah, but they like I just don't see the difference of how they can come up with it. And I don't want to hear anyone say Anfield or anything like that because we all know that that's not real.
Yeah, the PSG, it's looking a lot like last season. Struggled in the first phase of the Champions League, made it through playoffs, beat Liverpool in the playoff spot, and then just went on to win the whole thing, and they just gained form. Because again, PSG wasn't looking good in the first half of the in the group. In what is it? League play.
Yeah, because even the first like they were like way better than Liverpool, and there was like a massive difference. I don't even think that was their full like 100%. I think they're still lackadaisical because like they could have had like 5 goals easily, and they were just like chilling about like almost having a play around. It was almost like high schoolers versus like middle school kids were like, oh, we'll try this and this. It doesn't really matter because we could always just turn it on in a split second and just score a goal. So I feel like it's gonna be a similar situation.
Yeah, definitely me too. If you had to predict the scoreline, what would it be?
I'll be funny. I think Liverpool score first, and then they can get all excited, and then Liverpool's can or PSG's can be like, "All right, guys, time to lock in," and then they just put four past them.
I think it's gonna be a 2-0 PSG. But I think it's gonna be an easy 2-0, not like a close 2-0. I
Yeah.
think PSG is gonna be dominant. Because again, if they play man on man, that's probably PSG's favorite thing to do because they just drag players all over the pitch.
hmm
For the Barcelona Atletico Madrid, what's your predicting scoreline? The hater in you.
You know the hater in me. It's always there, Jerry. It never disappears. There's no bigger hater than me.
So what is it?
Let's go 2-1 Atletico Madrid.
I got 4-0 Barcelona.
All right.
Four. Cholo tends to choke in the big moments, and this is a big moment.
No, he tends to choke against Madrid. He doesn't choke against Barca.
Arsenal versus Sporting. We kind of went touched this a little bit. We said if Sporting copies the blueprint that Pep left for the EFL Cup, we think Sporting could make it tough and win potentially. I think they should do that and try to take an extra time. So I think it goes 1-0 Sporting and then Sporting win in penalties.
I love that, Jerry, because you know why? Because it's gonna make it so much tougher in the weekend. So I'll go with that, Jerry. I'll copy you on that. Just to make, yeah, because I would love to be like, oh, Sporting just maul them 3-0, but that's even better because their legs will be tired. Their mentality will be destroyed,
Oh,
losing a
dude.
penalty.
At that point, yeah, that league is chalked if it does happen, like my prediction. I think definitely they get knocked out of the Champions League, they lose against Man City, and then I think they just keep losing. The ball
That's
just keeps
it.
rolling.
Yeah, yeah. Especially because they'll be at home for this, so their fans will get a front row seat, and you know how quick English fans are to boo and things like
Yeah, I was
that.
gonna say the booing is gonna start.
Yeah, and then Mikel Arteta with his whole cringe acts of like, oh, the light bulb, you gotta pass it through the torch or whatever he was saying in that one team talk. Oh, it'll be perfect. Oh, thank you, Jerry. Perfect scenario.
Now to your boys in Madrid. They're going to Munich to face Bayern Munich, who just had a fantastic game winning 5-0.
Hmm.
Um, what's your prediction? What do you think is gonna happen? What would you
Uh,
like to see in the starting 11? You think Jude starts?
I think so. I think Arbeloa goes because Tchouaméni is suspended for this game, so
Okay.
that's gonna be a big miss. And but you know the most like for like replacement would be obviously Camavinga. But I just think the way things are looking, I think instead of starting him, he'll start Pitarch, and then he'll
Mhm.
start Jude and Goulet and then Valverde.
Yeah, I see it. Football for some reason has Tchouaméni starting, but he's suspended. Um, yeah, I don't see too much in Bayern side switching the starting 11. I know they'll probably want to get Musiala in there, but I don't think this is the time because he looks kind of out of form. Um, but yeah, I think Bayern are going to become clinical in this game and they're going to win like 3-0. They had so many
Uh,
chances in the first leg. And I think a lot of the chances that Madrid got were from Bayern Munich mistakes and inaccuracies. So I have Bayern Munich winning 4-0.
yeah, that's a hater in you because Goulet was cooking that time. You know, he was creating so many chances. There were so many chances created by both sides that it wasn't just mistakes. But yeah, I think this is gonna be a 3-1 for Madrid. We're gonna go crazy. Lunen's gonna bring back his what was it, 2023, 24 form and just become a wall in that goalie spot and you know, everyone's gonna have a goal and have fun.
You said have fun.
Have fun because this is honestly where Real Madrid shine because everyone knows for some reason in La Liga they just don't care for some reason, but in the Champions League is where they finally lock in. I wouldn't be surprised if Vinny has a good performance and people start uh, begging for the Real Madrid to give him a new contract again, and then we're stuck with this same situation again of him and Mbappe. So yeah, I completely see Real Madrid winning, and then everyone asking to keep Arbeloa for longer because he won us the Champions League, even though it's been a horrendous
You're
showing.
saying everyone, but does that include you?
No, Jared, this does not include me. This does not include me. You know he has more losses than Xabi Alonso did in his tenure.
And shorter tenure, by the way.
Yeah, more losses. Think about that. And people were criticizing Xabi Alonso like no other, but here is Arbeloa doing worse in less time.
Hey, they just needed a puppet. But I think Bayern Munich scored first and Real Madrid lose their head because Elise's been cooking carreras and I think he'll continue to cook them, especially
I
because I think Real Madrid's going to be too focused on the attack, which is Guler's one of them,
no,
and
I
I
think
think he's not going to come down. And if he is going to
no.
come down, he's going to be exhausted.
I don't think Carrera starts. I think they put Mendy just because he is the best defensive left back or like even possibly defender. Like he's so good on one-on-ones. Like he is the best defensive left back, I think. So I think I wouldn't be surprised if he just starts him so they're just like don't even worry about going up. You just focus on defending this left wing or yeah, this left side and then leaves like the scoring chance or like the going forward to like the midfielders and Mbappe and Vinny.
Would it be crazy if Carrera starts at left middle? Pitarch doesn't start, but Jude and Guler are in the middle, and then Mendy is at left back. So you have pretty much double left back on the left side. Because Carreras is really good going forward, but going defending, he's not the best.
I don't think he does it. I think if he does do something like that, I think it would be Fran Garcia just because of his pure speed. I don't think he would do Carreras. So I just wouldn't see him. I think he might would rather go for Fran Garcia.
Because they kind of have that going on the right side with Trent and Valverde. So Valverde's kind of there to help out Trent a lot, especially since Valverde runs a lot up and down. And again, they didn't do too much damage on that left side. It was at a point where Luis Diaz had to come centrally and leave that left wing alone because he couldn't really do much. Because again, that double pretty much right back. Because let's be honest, Valverde's a really good right back. It's tough to beat. So I think it could work out if he decides to do it. Do I think he'll do it? Probably not. But it'll be something to think about, you know?
Even if he did do that, I think he would rather like he's not even Fran Garcia. I think he would just go for Camavinga at that point.
Mhm. Maybe. That is true. Playing with the left side.
Yeah.
But who knows if Camavinga starts after this past Friday, how that went.
Yeah, but in the big moments or big games, he's always shown out to be a very reliable player.
Hmm.
As we've seen, like in the World Cup from 4 years ago, he showed up, he got substituted, and he had a great game. In other previous Champions League performance, he would start giving a start or sub in, and he'd have good performances. So he has proven that he can do it in a big game. So he might be given that chance.
So those are our Champions League predictions. What do you tell me what you guys think? Are we delusional? Are we just not thinking clearly? Let us know what you think Arsenal's gonna do if they're gonna bottle it.
Yeah, let us know if we're being as delusional as Arsenal fans. I don't think that's possible, but let us know if we're getting.
As far as the weekend games, there's a couple of key ones. Let's bring up some Tottenham Brighton. Der Zerbi is facing his old club, and this time Der Zerbi is fighting relegation. They're playing at Tottenham Stadium. Really bad record. What do you got?
Um, I Spurs lost. I just don't see any other way. I'm trying to find like positive light. It's
Without Romero, their star center back too.
Yeah, he's out for. He basically said, "I'm not playing anymore. I'm focusing on the World Cup because he has an injury that he won't be able to play the rest of the season, but he'll be perfectly fine for the World Cups." That's what that means to me.
Yeah, that's
But
that's
yeah, I
pissing
just
too.
see Brighton, and especially their home record. Their own fans, I think, will turn on them. So I just think yeah, I think it's Brighton.
Yeah, I think Brighton wins too. It's hard to bet on Tottenham. Like last year, we probably would have said Tottenham, just being delusional. But like after how bad they've been doing this season, third coach, the ideas aren't there, your center backs aren't there. You're very limited on what you have in the squad. So Brighton, they're the more consistent team. Plus, they're fighting
Watch
for Europa League.
watch them win, dude. I swear, watch them win because that would be the most Spurs thing. Like no one believes in them, and yet they win.
It'll be difficult. Even then, like let's say they do win, they still have a tough schedule ahead. They gotta hope for other teams to lose on top of that. Mm, but yeah, not a good day to be a Tottenham fan. Chelsea versus Manchester United. Give me Man
Uh,
U.
Give me a draw.
Give me Man U. I do not trust Chelsea again. They played this past weekend. After Man City got their goal, they kind of lost connection between everyone in the team, and I think Man U is a connected squad and they could score. String
They
together
did
at least
lose
two
two
goals.
leads.
They got a red card because Lisandro Martinez decided to pull someone's hair.
It's
Insane.
hilarious.
Some people are saying
Uh,
that's not a red card, by the way.
yeah. What lets you know about the current fan situation?
You were gonna say something before I said that?
The biggest match of Saturday, Jerry, the Sidemen Cherry match, Sidemen FC versus YouTube All-Stars. Who you got?
That's actually on FootMob. That's hilarious. I don't even know who's on whose team. But I'll go with the Sidemen. More than likely, YouTube All-Stars is gonna have like those AMP dudes. Not AMP,
N-
the face
Apparently
guys.
they are split. So three Sidemen went to the YouTube All-Stars. They went.
Yeah, they probably
Uh,
gave him Big Star, bro.
no,
Like,
they Vicstar's on the Sidemen. So is Toby. Uh, what's his Harry and Zerka.
and who's on YouTube? Yeah, KSI. That's all you had to say.
KSI Simon, which is probably the best one, and Ethan Bazinga.
Nah, I'm going to Sidemen FC. They got Chris MD. Do they have Chris MD?
Uh, they they do.
Do they actually show the starting 11 or like the lineup?
No, I looked up the rosters. Phase
Who?
Ronaldo.
Oh,
Uh,
I see it now.
YouTube All Stars has not Phase Ronaldo.
Oh my
The
God. Simon has XQC as a goalie.
Yeah, and then YouTube All Stars have Sketch. They also have Jason Deween.
Who has Jinxie? Oh, yeah, Sidemen one. Sidemen. They
Yeah,
have Jinxie.
but they also have Lacey.
And they have Tobe Jizzle, Zerko, Vikkstar, Adapt, Chris MD. They have Marlon. He's Swedish?
Yep.
He's Swedish, but his last name is Garcia, so interesting. But this will be a more exciting matchup than any Arsenal game, I'll tell you that.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Going back to football, there's
Going back to real football.
Roma versus Atalanta. Both teams still battling it out for a European spot.
Chroma.
I'm not even going to bring up league because it was an entertaining league until they gave PSG so much rest for their Champions League game. When it's a close league by title, by the way.
Yep.
Sunday,
Man City, Arsenal, the only one.
Man City. We already know who we're picking. Man City, 3-0.
Yep.
That's the only one for real.
PSG, Lyon.
Give me PSG. Lyon went through a financial crisis, Jesse. Let's be honest. Oh, Saturday, we forgot Atletico Madrid versus Real Sociedad. I thought that was this Sunday. Where is it? Why does football put it all the way down? I got Real Sociedad. I think Madrid's gonna be exhausted from the Champions League.
There can be running high after their win against Barcelona that they win the Copa del Rey.
2-0 Real Sociedad.
Yeah, that's just Jerry being upset because I feel like Madrid's gonna knock out Barca.
I don't know. I think you have to worry about your matchup with Bayern Munich first.
I'm not worried. I told you what's gonna happen. I told you what's gonna happen.
Then Crystal Palace versus West Ham relegation battle on Monday
Crystal
for West
Palace.
Ham. Yeah, give me Chris. You know what? I'm gonna say a tie. West Ham just won 4-0. Give me a tie. But all right, that's all I got. Unless you want to say something else.
Nope.
All right, thank you guys so much for watching. This has been a quick episode with the Play On podcast with Jesse and Jerry. Peace.
Peace.